New York City. If only everything down there was really as peaceful as it looks from up here.
How Spider-Man the Animated Series, or TAS, made history, and why modern cartoons owe it everything. Spider-Man cartoons? We had a lot of them. Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, the 2017 show, but there was one series that looked at all of them and said, nah, I'd win. Spider-Man, the animated series from 1994, or Spider-Man TAS. Wasn't just another superhero cartoon. It was the blueprint. Without this show, Marvel animation would have been cooked. Back in the day, superhero cartoons were simple, very simple actually. Spider-Man punches the bad guy loses, roll credits. Then Spider-Man TAS pulled up and said, what if we actually gave people a story? This wasn't just Peter Parker throwing hands. Bro was struggling with rent, trying to keep his identity secret, losing the people he loved, getting betrayed every other Tuesday. This dude could not catch a break. For kids watching in the 90s, this felt different. Spider-Man wasn't perfect, he felt human. This show built the Marvel universe before the MCU. You think Avengers started the shared universe? Cute. Spider-Man TAS had Daredevil, Punisher, Blade, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Captain America, the Fantastic Four, even the X-Men. Bro was collecting Marvel heroes like Pokemon cards. Millions of kids met these characters for the first time because of this show. It was basically the MCU before it existed. And here's where things get absolutely insane. Everyone acts like the Spider-Verse invented multiple Spider-Man. Nah. Spider-Man TAS walked so Spider-Verse could sprint. The final season literally had Spider-Man from different universes teaming up. Armored Spider-Man, Spider-Man with extra arms, even a version that didn't become a Spider-Man at all and was just a normal Peter Parker in a Spider-Man costume. All fighting against Spider-Carnage, a villain so broken he wanted to erase the entire multiverse. This was happening in the 90s. The show was decades ahead of its time. And the writing was so hard it carried the entire series. Now don't get me wrong, the animations, yeah, it definitely had budget moments. They reused the same swimming animation like it was a family heirloom. Sometimes people move like Roblox NPCs. And those CGI buildings, absolute 90s nightmare fuel. But nobody cared because the writing was that good. Every episode made you want to watch the next one. That's why serialized storytelling became the new standard. It changed superhero cartoons forever. Spider-Man TAS proved one thing. Kids can follow long stories. You didn't need to reset everything after every episode. That one decision influenced Justice League, Teen Titans, Spectacular Spider-Man, Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Basically every superhero cartoon that respected its audience. This show changed the game. The ending, that still hurts. Mary Jane disappears. Peter spends forever trying to find her. He finally gets the chance and the show ends. Cancelled, that's it. Imagine grinding through 5 seasons just to get hit with the biggest 2B continued of all time. 90s fans have been in emotional depth ever since. Nearly 3 decades later, people still quote this show, still watch it, still rank it among the greatest superhero cartoons ever made. Not because of nostalgia, because it earned that respect. Spider-Man TAS didn't just make history, it changed superhero animation forever. This is Spider-Man's insane abilities. Now let's talk about the reason villains were always scared when they saw that spider symbol. Because the Spider-Man animated series Spider-Man was seriously powerful. People forget this. Spider-Man is strong, like ridiculously strong. This guy can lift multiple tons, throw cars, smash through walls, and overpower enemies way bigger than him. And the crazy part, Peter doesn't even use his full strength most of the time. Because he knows if he stops holding back, someone is getting seriously hurt. That's why every punch from Spider-Man is controlled. He's not weak because he avoids destroying people. He's holding himself back because he's responsible. Then there's the ability that makes Spider-Man almost impossible to surprise, the Spider Sense. This guy's Spider Sense was cooked. Before danger ever happens, Peter already knows. A villain tries to sneak attack him, Spider Sense. A missile gets fired at him, Spider Sense. Someone tries to betray him, okay, maybe not emotionally, Peter still gets cooked in relationships. But in a fight, almost nobody catches him off guard. Speed, agility, and reflexes. This version of Spider-Man moved different. Bro was moving like he was after gold. Bro was dodging bullets, jumping across buildings, flipping through attacks, and making villains look like they were moving in slow motion. His fighting style wasn't just about overpowering enemies, it was about being faster, smarter, and more unpredictable. He turned every battlefield into his own playground. And let's not forget about the webs. Spider-Man's web aren't just ropes. Peter literally created them himself. He used them as weapons, shields, traps, and even tools. Need to stop a giant machine? Web it up. Need to save hundreds of people? Create a webnet. Need to annoy a villain? Honestly, just throw some webs in their face. Classic Spider-Man behavior. And don't even get me started on the villains, because the reason Spider-Man TAS became legendary wasn't just Spider-Man himself, it was the villains. And this show gave him some absolute monsters to go against. The Green Goblin, one of Spider-Man's greatest enemies, finally got the spotlight he deserved. Norman Osborn became the Green Goblin and he was absolutely dangerous. This wasn't just some crazy guy throwing pumpkins. This was a genius with insane technology, a personal connection to Peter, and enough power to destroy everything Spider-Man cared for. Their battles weren't just physical, they were psychological. Then we have Dr. Octopus, one of Spider-Man's most iconic villains. 4 mechanical arms, genius-level intelligence, and enough strength to give Spider-Man a serious challenge. But Peter's biggest advantage was always his brain. He didn't beat Doc Ock by being stronger, he beat him by outthinking him. Venom. And then came the villain who became one of the biggest characters in Spider-Man history, Venom. When Eddie Brock bonded with the symbiote, Spider-Man finally faced someone who matched his abilities. Strange, Venom had it. Speed, Venom had it. Spider-Sense, the symbiote could hide from it. For the first time, Spider-Man was fighting someone who knew all his weaknesses. Venom wasn't just a villain, he was Spider-Man's perfect counter. The Kingpin. There we have Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. No superpowers, no magic, no alien suit, just pure intelligence, money, and influence. Kingpin proved that Spider-Man wasn't only fighting monsters, sometimes his greatest enemies were humans who could destroy lives without throwing a single punch. And let's not forget about the Sinister Six! Spider-Man TAS also gave us one of the greatest villain team-ups ever. Imagine fighting Chameleon, Mysterio, Rhino, Scorpion, Shocker, and Dr. Octopus and Vulture at the same time. Most heroes would be finished, but Spider-Man, he kept going because that's what Spider-Man does. Spider-Man TAS didn't just make a cartoon, it created a legacy. It gave fans the Spider-Man they always wanted, a hero who was powerful but also human, a hero who could defeat monsters but still struggle with everyday life. Nearly 30 years later, people are still talking about it. And that proves one thing, Spider-Man the Animated Series wasn't just ahead of its time, it was history in animation form. Let me know in the comments, is Spider-Man TAS the greatest Spider-Man cartoon ever made? Which one is your favorite?